Welcome, friends. It is I, your Scarf, and it's time for the Sunday vlog. And there's not a lot to talk about, so it's going to be a bit short this time. The patch hasn't come out yet, but we can't talk about patch stuff. Now, in the background, you'll see this is a Zeus arena, and there's a couple things I want to say about this arena. Keep an eye on me, Tyr, and Hades, and see how things go with that. There's a lot of lessons of what not to do and what to do right, but there were some things that could have been done better. At the end of this whole thing, I could have died less because of myself, but also because of teammates. As you see by my teammates, everyone has a way of peeling the enemy Loki off of me. As far as I know, all my deaths were, or most of my deaths were to Loki. And I only got help maybe once or twice in this fight when dealing with Loki. We have so much peel that Loki should not have been an issue, and yet he was in this match. So there's things to look at going, well shoot, we could have gotten that Loki off of Zeus a couple times, or just made Loki nothing at all. Loki shouldn't have been a factor in this fight. But because my team was so sporadic and where they moved around, we kept getting caught in the back by Loki, and that was not a good thing. And it was mostly me who took the flag from Loki because I'm the one he should be killing. So he did a good job there, and it's really unfortunate in that. For Hades, it's what not to do. Unfortunately, they did not do very well. My apologies because I brought them into the game because I was playing with viewers. But there's lessons to learn from Hades in this game. There's also lessons learned from Tyr in this game. Both kept going 1v5, and bad things happened because of it. So, don't 1v5, basically. But there's also just movements that they did that could have been done better. So just look at those for notes there. Let's see here. So, patch. So, Osiris is almost out. Like, people complain right now on the playtest server. I'm not doing it because he's going to be buggy, and they're going to fix the bugs on him. I'd rather play him when he's less buggy, like what happened with Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna was not worth playing when he first came out because he was still buggy even after the playtest server. After the playtest server, he was worth playing, and he's a solid god now. He's good. So I'm waiting for them to get the bugs out of Osiris before I play him. Same thing goes for Siege Mode. Right now, it's on the PTS as well. I've seen some footage of it. It looks very interesting. I worry about snowballing in that game. It looks like it's going to be very snowbally, but people are complaining about bugs from that as well. So I'm going to lay off those for now. When the Osiris patch happens, I'm going to play Osiris, of course. And I believe the Siege Mode will be there as well, not just PTS. So we'll probably play the Siege Mode as well, and we'll see what we think of it at that point. Though the PTS is going to be in beta, they said. It's still going to be in beta. They're still going to be working it out, so that's not solid what it'll be. We'll still take a look at it, though. If it's a lot of fun, then we'll see a lot more looks at it, but we'll see soon enough. Let's see what else. So let's talk about Osiris. Just what I've looked at, and then I'll say the impressions that people who have played it already have told me. And that is, you look at Osiris and you go, okay, so his passive is he becomes after he uses 8 abilities, he becomes a soul state where he can ignore body blocking. And I thought it was only minions and gods he can walk through, but I've been told he can walk through Ymir's wall, and that has to be a bug. I hope it is, because if he can ignore Ymir's wall, then he's the best god in the game. Because this means he can ignore Ymir's wall, Anhur's obelisk, he can ignore Odin's ultimate. Like, if he can ignore walls, this is huge. This is a lot bigger than you think, because that wall prevents... Ymir's wall is stronger than people think, because it's just a wall you put up, and it prevents so many deaths. Odin's wall prevents so many deaths or causes so many deaths. Anhur's obelisk, when done well, can cause a lot of deaths. So the fact he can ignore those, I hope is a bug, because if he can ignore that outright, then everyone's in trouble, because he's going to be very effective. Now you look at his first ability, he can slow you for about, 20% every 5 seconds for 30 mana. That is the cheapest ability in the game as far as I can think right now. No one's cheaper than that. That is cheap. I think like Hebo has like 40 mana on his water cannon at first, then it goes up. Or is it 60? I can't remember. But everyone has just more mana cost to their things compared to him. And it's just, wow. He does... Okay, 220 is not that much. But being able to do it every 5 seconds for cheap means he's going to be harassing them with that a lot. So that's really nice for him. He gets a really good harass there. His basic attack chain is single shot, AoE, AoE. Which means he should have some potential to his clear. His 2 is this flail AoE kind of thing going on, does a lot of damage. And if it's coupled with someone who got hit with a sickle, they have 50% slow for a while. Then there's his tether. So his tether is everyone around him. I'm not sure how big the AoE is on that, the aura on it, but everyone around him, he puts a tether to them, and they do up to 30% less damage to him at max level. I think it starts at 10%, or maybe 5%. And so they're just doing less damage to him, which is good. One-on-one, this is pretty good to do. In a group, it'll still be fine if you have teammates distracting. But when the tether's timer ends, anyone still in his range gets stunned for 2 seconds. 2 seconds! That's a long stun. We just had people complaining to hell about 1.8 on Uller. And we have 2 seconds on this guy. who is very basic attack oriented with some pretty good caster abilities. Then there's his ultimate where he leaps forward and crashes into an area and does 700 damage flat with power contribution. On top of that, the enemy who gets hit cannot heal for 6 seconds. I believe there's maybe a slow on it. And it does double damage to minion stuff, which means it does 1400 damage. The question I have, does this apply to Goldfury and Fire Giant? If it does, how much HP is it when they're at yellow status? Because if it's higher than that, then we have an official steal ability right here using Osiris. I need the numbers on that though. If anyone knows numbers, please tell me, because I need to know what the HP is on those guys. Because I don't remember what the flat is, and I'd have to look through a lot of patch notes to find it. Because when they change the HP, they do say it there, but it's been a while, so I don't know it offhand. So looking at Osiris, I see, okay, his clear is okay, because he has more singular target stuff. He does have those AoE basic attacks, but his basic attacks not going to be that great early on. He doesn't have sustain, but he does have some tankiness. And he has really good 1v1 abilities, because he slows you down, he stuns you, and then he has his ultimate to do even more, and then there's his spirit form. And the thing I forgot to mention about spirit form is, you have to land 6 basic attacks before you get out of spirit form. Not miss or fire, no. 6 basic attacks must successfully hit before you leave spirit form. What that means is, as a support, you can stay in spirit form and play caster style to support your team. Ignoring walls, slowing your opponents down with sickle and his flail, and then stunning them with his tether. Think about that. Think about the speed you have in spirit form. And you could ignore walls in your way, so you can tether somebody, stick to them like glue, and they will be stunned for 2 seconds unless they have a leap of some kind. That is what you're going to do to them. And they're screwed. They really are. He has very good 1v1 potential. People are saying he's an assassin, and his kit says he's an assassin. Every warrior needs an ability that is kind of tankish for them, or sustaining. Shock has his rain to heal. Hercules, of course, has his mitigate wounds. Nemesis has her retribution. Guan Yu gets defense with his Talu Assault. Like, everyone has that kind of tanky ability, and that's what Osiris has with his 3. His tether is, he gets some tankiness towards his opponents if he gets them. But it's also very assassin-oriented because it stuns for 2 seconds as well. Think about that. You slow someone down with a sickle, then you flail them to slow them down for 50% for even longer, then you stun them for 2 seconds with the tether. And even if they get away from all that, you have your ultimate to leap down and beat them to death. He's a very 1v1 oriented god. He really is. And because of that, it's just, yeesh. That looks more like an assassin than a warrior. Just, you can define things in certain ways, but warriors are meant to be like all over the place, while as assassins are meant to be 1v1 killer. That's really what it is down to it. And so he's just very, he just sounds more like an assassin than a warrior. Same thing was with Nemesis, of course, but yeah, we'll see about that. Now people who've played him say he's OP. They just say that flat out. They say they're just getting so many kills with him, they're never dying, they're just wrecking people. And it is the first day of PTS, so it is partially learning to fight against him. But just the fact he can ignore walls does dam things up a little bit right there. And just have to see when I play him myself and see how they change anything about him during the PTS. Same thing goes for Siege mode. But right now, I don't know. I feel like the numbers, they look alright. They look like he will be strong, but I don't think he's going to be OP from what I look at. But people are telling me he is OP, so I guess I'll see when I see him on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. That's what it is. It's just see him when I see him. Like Kumbhakarna. When Kumbhakarna came out, like with, looking at when they did the patch notes on Kumbhakarna, I go, okay, he looks really strong. He looks like an amazing support god. I don't think he's OP. People are going to say he's OP because of all that CC, but I feel like he's going to be just very strong. He can't 100 to 0 somebody, but he can cause a lot of damage, and he can make sure that they die to a teammate because he has all these CCs. He can mez you for so long, he can root you, he can pop you up. If you give him stun instead of log, which is not a good idea, you should probably give him log if he's a support. If you give him just every CC he can do at max, he can hold you down for like 7 or 8 seconds. With all that time, a teammate will show up and kill your ass. That's what's going to happen. So, he's just great for setting up for his teammates if he doesn't get the kill himself, which is doable if you combo all his abilities together. But he's really all about supporting his teammates. So he's not OP, but he is pretty strong for a Guardian. That is for dang sure. The Uller nerf, people feel like it's a little too much because they nerfed a bunch of things about him. And this is all moves to make him have less survivability. He's still going to have good burst. 1.4 seconds is still pretty good for burst. So we'll see what happens to Uller. I think he'll be fine. Uller's pretty good, so we'll see what happens to him. Zeus's change weakens his early game. His mid to late game is still not going to be weakened that much. 15-point flat share. That's a little bit, but compared to how much power he gets later on, that's not too much. If people survive by 1 or 2 points of life, holy crap. But Zeus is still going to be strong mid to late. His early game is just going to be a little bit weaker because his charges don't do as much when everything has lower HP. So, see how that goes for Zeus. He's probably still going to be a strong god, though. And really, that's all the Smite stuff. Monday we'll have a stream. Thursdays, of course, we have a stream. Tuesday may not have a stream. Okay, so the patch notes is slated to come out Tuesday. I have some business I need to take care of. I have to go take care of some insurance stuff and some other things. I just have a lot of things I have to drive around and do. So because of that, I won't be around Tuesday. So if the patch comes out Tuesday, I'm going to be late on the Osiris video. There's no way around it. I'm going to be late on it because I'm just going to be busy doing stuff on Tuesday. If it comes out Monday, then we're fine. If it comes out Wednesday, we're fine. But Tuesday, we are not. That's what happens there. If it comes out Tuesday, then we're not so fine, and it's going to come out late. It's going to come out, but it's going to come out late, basically. See, anything else? Anything else Smite related, I mean. See. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm doing this Saturday morning is when we always record it, just so Jinx can have it all done and ready for the night. There's gonna be a Kentucky Derby video, which Jinx did an amazing job editing it together. I got the footage, Jinx did the editing, and it's just great. Big thank you to Orbman who discovered this. He found it on Tuesday or Wednesday and showed it to me. I'm like, oh, we gotta make a video out of this. So we made some footage, and there we go. So we made it on Wednesday, finished it off Thursday. And then we're like, okay, just wait for Kentucky Derby and show it. So that's what we did. We're going to show it today in a little bit. And there we go. Kentucky Derby. Why red hair should be in it. Why he would run it, actually. Let's see here. Anything else Smite related? Putting the script work down on the guides. Script work down on the jungle update. Script work on the mid guide, on the support guide, and on the hunter guide. And I think we're going to do a preliminary thing on hunter as well, which is really... I'm enjoying what we're writing for that right now. I think that's everything Smite related. There's going to be guaranteed at least 2 Smite streams. There might be a surprise 1 or 2 because we're not going to have the Tuesday at 2 o'clock stream because I'm not going to be around. So guaranteed 2, and I'll try to get 1 or 2 surprise Smite streams in as well. We'll see about that. Anything else? Smite related, that's it. Risk of Rain. If you haven't seen the one-shot, Risk of Rain is the one-shot. You should check that out because it is on the Humble Bundle, the weekly Humble Bundle this week. I believe, yeah, it's, okay, so it's 10 to get Risk of Rain, but you get those 6 other games on the Humble Bundle. So if you're interested in Risk of Rain and willing to put down 10, you can get it on Humble Bundle and get these 6 other games, instead of just buying it on Steam and only getting Risk of Rain. So that's something you can consider if you want. Risk of Rain's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Been playing a lot, so is Jinx. It's just a fun-ass game. I really like it. It can be a little hard, but it's pretty fun. Let's see, what else? Anything more? Half Minute Hero is a lot of fun. I think we're getting near the end of it. Having a lot of fun doing a bunch of voices. When that one's done, we'll do another RPG, but one without voices, so I can do more voices myself. The idea is, Friday night's going to be my chance to practice voicing. That's what it's going to be. So it's going to be RPGs with that don't have VAs. Tuesday and Wednesday, Dark Souls 2 as always, and having fun with that. I'm enjoying it. I think I prefer Dark Souls 1 more, but Dark Souls 2 is pretty fun. And just playing a lot of it, and we'll be doing more of it on Tuesday, Wednesday, and just keep having fun with it. I've died so many hilarious deaths that people have enjoyed. I've had a couple frustrating deaths that I have not enjoyed all that much, but it's a pretty fun game. I like it. So Jinx is finishing up her work with actual work, and then she has a bit of a break from all that, so that we'll be able to work on the guides. And so May and June should see some more guides coming out eventually, which should help with growth. The way I see it is the guides are the main way that we get people interested because like we're helping them learn the game, so they'll sub. And then everything else is to maintain the audience. And we slowly gain people through those as well. But the big boosts always come out of the guides because it's helping a lot of people. And we'll do more and more projects that are better and bigger and everything. Like these big projects are great. I enjoy doing them because we prove to ourselves that we can do even better every time we do it. Like we prove there's no ceiling yet. We're just getting better and better and better. And that's just great. I think I worded that correctly. I hope I worded that correctly. Basically, we're challenging ourselves to get better every time we make something, and we do it. You see You see a less noticeable progression with the LPs and the Smites because you see them every day, so you don't see as big a jump with them. But I'm gradually trying to get better and better as we do these videos. In the LPs, I'm trying to get better at being entertaining and being just fun with that. While in Smite, I'm trying to be better in either information or entertainment, depending on what I feel is better for that video. So I'm constantly trying to improve. So you're going to see that, but you might not notice it because you see it every freaking day. And I think that is everything, so the match is almost over as well. So there you go, that is the vlog. Just finished the match. It gets pretty intense to the end. Thank you to Jinx, thank you to the viewers, thank you to the subscribers, thank you to everybody for the upvotes, downvotes, everything. Spread the word, please, though. That always helps. And now that is the vlog. I had fun, hope you had fun listening, and that's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.
I really must be going.
I will end this quickly.
Be careful.
Retreat! I want you. I hunt you down.
It is ready.
Okay. Attack! Lightning bolt!
An ally has slain an enemy.
Be gone.
An enemy has been slain. On my way. Retreat!
Strike!
An ally has been slain.
Impales like a
You
chill.
have been slain.
Defend this honor. Be gone. Take this!
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Not you and my... Incoming!
Ultimate is ready. Attack! You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain. Nice job.
Awesome! Impossible grenade! Shut down!
That's too bad. On my way.
My arrow will find you!
Okay. Retreat! An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Ultimate is ready.
Let's end this!
An ally has been slain. That's awesome. Good game.